As a man that maintained perfect attendance through 6th grade, I don't like to be in trouble. We're making buttermilk spoon bread. Infused, of course. And that's what we do here at the Cactus Kitchen. We infuse, this is just water, there's no aroma there. We're going to add our cup of cornmeal. We got a half a cup of boiling water. We're just gonna cook the cornmeal, nice. Give it a whisk-a-doodle-doo. We wanna do this for only 2 to 3 minutes. Let's get this water all the way around, you know. This is a southern food, right? Was corn introduced to us by the Native Americans? Yeah, but is that indigenous propaganda? I always thought America got a bad rap in the 1800s because of all the propaganda from the indigenous. It's the other way around, isn't it? Thanks, Custer. They really did get the last laugh with corn, though. I mean, it's just made everyone fat and sick. It's ruined our youth. We could use it for a clean fuel source, but we won't. So I don't know if they're laughing much either.
The native man weeps.
Probably closer.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this in a bowl. I've made mistakes. I'm not going anywhere. God! Oh, no. I'm so high. All right, we got our cornmeal is done. We are going to put this in a bowl. Look at all that heat. Now we're going to add some buttermilk. We want to add a little salt, some butter. Got our little cactus butter in here. And a little bit of sugar for some sweetness. And we just want to give it a nice mix. This is a super simple early morning breakfast casserole-ish recipe. And look at the cornmeal is going to get nice and thick. There's a giant mess behind me. I cannot move my feet. So we're going to cut and we're going to do the next part of the recipe. We got 2 eggs separated. So we have just the yolks here. I'm going to add a little baking powder and baking soda to this mix. I'm going to give this a quick whisk and add it to our cornmeal. This will be for thickening. Boom. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Give that a little mix in. God, we didn't even say how many mutant gorillas was in this.
Tell the people.
It's going to be about 300 mutant gorillas in this bad boy. And then we got our egg whites from those 2 eggs. We've separated them at birth. I think it's just about good. That's all we're doing. By now, you should have preheated your oven to 375, even though I haven't told you to.
That's great.
This should be nice and thick.
Don't they call you Chunky Dough Daddy?
Chunky Dough Daddy. Only one person, kind of a douche. Got our nice little whipped egg whites. We're going to get this in there. And what we want to do is a nice fold. We don't want to add any more air. Just fold it in until it's combined. Might take a little extra minute. You'll see a little bubbling, a little fizzling. Beautiful. Balzer Gladfield would be proud.
Damn you, Balzer Gladfield.
Do you know where this apron is from, Evan?
Where does that apron come from, Dom?
It's from our honeymoon. How dare you forget?
Where we kissed beneath the Corsican stars.
I mean, we were never... Don't make me talk about Napoleon again. The honeymoon. That's what we're talking about? Back in the olden times, the medieval times, when a man and wife got married, they would spend 30 days away from the castle just having wonderful or mediocre or just sufficient sex. Called honeymoon because they would just get drunk all the time and have sex. The alcohol of the age was made with honey. Mead was made with honey, and the new moon was approximately 28 days. So they would go on their honeymoon, where they would just drink a bunch of mead and fuck under the same moon until the moon, told them it was time to come home. It's a less primitive time back then, or a more primitive time. I would like to do things by the moon cycles. I guess women just have their period by the moon cycles. They don't really love that. So maybe moon cycles isn't where it's at, but it seems kind of badass. We've got our spoon bread into our casserole dish, or our 2-quart pan, or our 8x12, however you want to call it. It's nice and thick. Got the oven at 375. You could also bake this in a skillet if you want to go for that old Aunt Jemima type breakfast feel.
Rustic.
Seems like a Jemima move.
Jemima.
So we're going to put this in the oven. It's going to be about between 30 and 40 minutes. I'm going to check it at like 32. You want the center to still be jiggly, but you want a nice little firm top. I will explain better. I would love to rule with an iron fist, but at the end of the day, an iron fist might be great for ruling, but...
It might also be made of spoons.
Go it in the oven. Let's get this in the oven. We'll see you when it's time to eat it. It's like a buttery, milky...
Milk butter.
Our spoon bread is out of the oven. It's got a nice little bounce to it. It's golden brown, and it's still nice and warm. So we're going to cut up some butter. We're going to slather it upon it. I burnt myself. Don't worry, guys. I'm a chef.
I mean, you can burn yourself, or...
Just let me butter this bread. I'm not one thing, I'm like Costco. I'm big, I'm not fancy, and I will give you free samples. Is that the point I was trying to make?
I like that.
Do a little honey too. Do honey butter. A little honey butter spoon bread. And you could always just pop this back in the oven if you want. Whew. Yeah, let's fuck it up. Walter Gladfield would be proud. I can feel your heat. This goes great in the morning with breakfast. This could just be eaten au natural, like we shall. And, oh, look at that little melty.
Little melty.
Are we ready to eat this? And it is filled with deliciousness and cactus butter.
How many cactus butter?
What did we use this? 50 migrant grandmas? 50 migrant grandmas per. There's really nothing else to say. I will say that this is like a classier version of cornbread. It's a little bit sweeter. Add a little butter, a little maple syrup. It's great for breakfast. Would go great with like bacon and eggs. I would love like a little bit of meat with this.
I got some meat for you.
Also, let's cut that out.
No way.
I would like the record to reflect that if you put chunks of corn in your cornbread, you will not go to heaven. That is disgusting.
Oh man, I like a nice chunk of corn. You don't want a corn chunk? A little juicy kernel of flavor?
I like your apron, by the way.
Thanks.
Is that from our honeymoon? I don't even have a fork, you selfish bastard.
You only got me one. I got to do everything in this relationship, huh?
Rude.
You want a little scoop of the butter, I think, and the maple scissor.
I came back with a spoon.
How is it? What's it feel?
Wow. Well, don't touch my nipples right now.
Like
They're hard.
Coming in.
Wow.
How many grandmas in each one?
50.
50 grandmas per, huh?
It's heavy. She's heavy.
It's coming in.
It's like fluffy, light.
Oh, you really take the corn here. My God.
Yeah. Without that disgusting extra texture of a kernel in it.
I was going to say a kernel would be a nice touch here. I would love that.
Get out of my way.
What do you mean? This is
Get out of my
delicious.
kitchen. I know.
Oh my God, you've been talking about how good this is, but I didn't believe you.
Wow. It's
Who the fuck did this?
there's a complexity to this. It's
There's
like
a texture, a depth. Oh my God.
it's like soft in the center, but it's hard on the outside.
You and me both, sister.
The butter, honey, on the soup, maybe a little bit of salt.
You know, a little bit on the outside?
No finishing salt on top. This will be right there. But buttermilk. Thank you.
Thank you, Buttermilk. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
We are never getting that deal with Amazon.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, like a nice breakfast meat.
So smoky.
We're gonna go do that off camera.
Smoking our meat. Let's smoke our meat.
There's no hope for us anymore.
We're not even trying out that.
I can't show this channel to my grandmother because she'll be fucking praying for the rest of her life for me. I want her to use that time, that better thing. Oh my God.
At least somebody could spend a lifetime praying on you.
I feel like I've been preyed upon a lot. Well, before this turns into my 4th therapy session of the week, we're going to get the fuck out of here. But, make this bread, fuck the government, love your neighbor. We're out.